How are you? You're welcome. Good to see you.
How are you, sir?
Gómìnà. Welcome, sir.
Abi.
How are you?
Todo lo que vea, porque sabe lo que es la acción. Todo lo que vea, todito, todito.
Themselves here today at the Rotarian of the Rotary Club of Antilarity and other Rotarians who are here. It means that if you look at your back, I don't know how you people say it. If you look at your back, you have people who are supporting your cause. It's on this voice that I want to please.
Of the district governor, District 911 and the Rotary Club of Victoria Island, I decorate you as our Rotarian. This is a fantastic club you have, organization you have joined, and you will never, never be disappointed. Anywhere you go in the world, you'll be recognized. They just see your Rotary thing, and they know that you're a Rotarian. So it's a special, because very special today, and we welcome you in Rotary Club. Congratulations.
This is your Dr. Yetunde Yeti Ogunobi. That name resonated. Yeti. Everybody is for Yeti. Congratulations. This is your certificate of membership. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Victoria Island. Object of Rotary, which you will find us reciting at every of our meetings. Please go through it and we will equip you with Rotary knowledge and information. Thank you. Before we test on the things we think, say, or do, please be guided by the four we test. Always live by the four we test, and it will make you a better person in the society. And the manual of procedure, which contains our constitutional documents. So, this is your full introduction part. Please take time to read all the documents, and I take yourself with knowledge. Please, come and join your fellow Rotarian there. Come with your spouse. They are promised to support you, so the support us. Bring your own Rotary is our image. Public image is very important to Rotary International because that's the way people perceive us, and that's the way people see us. And because our organization is a serious organization, we take issues relating to our perception very seriously. And this evening, it is my pleasure to formally launch the Rotary Half-Hour program, which will enable Rotarians and Rotary clubs to propagate the good image of Rotary and tell our stories by ourselves, because nobody can tell our stories better than ourselves. And it is said that you are addressed the way you are addressed. So with dignified public appearances, with good character, with good reputation, and with our impactful service projects, we will not need to speak much about ourselves because in our actions, in our activities, and in our delivery, people will have seen that Rotary is one organization that takes pride in its image. So, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Victoria Island, which is the sponsor of this project, I have the honor of formally launching the Rotary Half-Hour program today at the Rotary Club of Victoria Island. To the glory of God and we have to thank honorary Rotarian who has just joined us, Rotarian, for the fantastic job that she has done on this in ensuring that the values of our organization are upheld. And when we uphold our values, what we are saying to the larger society is that we are people to be depended upon, we are reliable, and we are very resolute in serving humanity with compassion with dignity, with character, and with dedication. So I want to thank the Rotary Club of Victoria Island for putting this together, and I want to congratulate the President and the members. Thank you very much. And I'm sure that henceforth, people will begin to see us in different activities that we do, and we'll project ourselves positively to the entire world. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Our people is Lord, we are believers, we progress to dignified the daily task and serving selflessness. For fellowship, we share, we offer thanks to Thee. We pray that it will be our care to spread it consciously. Next, the body has been by our presidents.
Fellow retailers, the four witnesses of the things we can say or do. One, is it the truth? Two, is it fair to all concerned? Three, will it make good and better friendships? Four, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Four witnesses.
Thank you, man. May our president please take the next one?
Good evening.
Good evening. And if possible, tell us your name.
I don't think it is.
Yes, it's a bit of no, it's like our song.
Good evening, President, fellow parents, political conduct. As a Rotarian, I will act with integrity and high ethical standards in my personal and professional life, deal fairly with others, and treat them and their occasions with respect. I will use my professional skills through to mentor young people, help those with social needs, and improve people's quality of life in community and in the world. I will avoid behavior that reflects adversely on Rotary or other Rotarians, and I will not seek special business or professional advantage from other Rotarians.
Thank you, my old treasurer, our central bank. Please, may we have our Rotary secretary take the next one? Okay, I'll give it to you. Okay, can any of our, okay, please, may we have the past president of Ghana help us to take the object of Rotary? And we know we don't have to here, but that's okay. No, we have to on the first page.
Sorry, page 5.
Okay, page 5. And here I was page 5. Object of Rotary.
The Rotarian President, fellow Rotarians, and guests of Rotary. Object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster 1. The development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2. High ethical standard in business and professions. The recognition of worthiness of all useful occupation, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. The third one, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and opportunity life. The fourth and the final one, can we take it together, please? Want to go? The advancement of understanding, goodwill, and peace through the work fellowship of business and professional persons, united in the ideal of service.
Thank you very much. Thank you. If you round us all, thank you that you're joining us here today. And like we all know, that is an excellent club that we will to do as we are doing. On the next, yes, that's a prayer. We'll be able to get us to also book a time to speak to us and give us the secret ingredients on what we do. So on the next item, we're going to take the Rotary song. The Rotary song, can we have our visiting Rotarian as well, who is the project director for Rotary Club of Victoria Island East. Youth now? Okay, youth now. She's also one of my aunties. I call her Auntie Franca. So may you please take any of the songs and we will join you. Thank you, Rotary Franca. She's also my sister. Auntie, sister. Yes. All of you. I just came in and I'm shocked. I saw her. Oh, no. No. Yes, that's good. Which would you take, ma'am?
Let's look at why you feel that.
Yeah, that was 1916. So page 16.
Something is from chaos breaking up our leaving the rotary. Nothing is faster than chaos and our leaving the rotary. Leaving the rotary. Leaving the rotary. Truth is around, loving the man, leaving the rotary. There's nothing of money that you pay with it. Give me the rotary. Inspiring of business with money. Give me the rotary. Rotary, give me the rotary. Give me the rotary. Put it around, hold it around. Give me the rotary. The marvelous marriage of fellow we need. Give me the rotary. Who knows and serving the saving of me. Give me the rotary. Rotary. Give me the rotary. Give me the rotary. Give me the rotary.
Thank you very much, Dr. Franca. Thank you very much. On the appointment of SLA, we will ask our Evos Central Bank to do SLA today, or we have a permanent sergeant at arms. So please, just for notification. Last Thursday, we had our Evos Secretary do that for us. But while that is on, the next item on the agenda is dues, updates on dues. May we have our central bank governor, our Edo treasurer, please give us updates on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President. Everyone again, permission to stand up and take the call. So dues received so far today, we have dues from President Rtn, which is an improvement compared to last week. I would encourage us to keep coming and for us to keep our dues. It's just 300,000 naira. We understand that the economy might be tricky right now, and we've also created a menu for us to make our payments now and then move to payment later. So in the end of the month, we know that some of the people are still corporate space of what we want to still paying salaries. But hoping that we'll get more info from this week. That's pretty much okay. 14 people so far. The numbers are increasing, but the numbers can definitely better. I've already some DMs, but I guess I'll also like to reminders and then support to some of our less active areas so that we can get enough money to fulfill our dues to Rotary International as well as the district. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone sitting here with Rtn thank you for that. And if I may add my voice today, we're currently 35 members, and we're going to ensure that we pay our dues to the district as well as to Rotary International. Please, a round of applause for our guest speaker who just arrived. Our guest speaker, Rotarian Dr. Jibuna, is here. So it's good to have you, ma'am. And we also have visiting Rotarians from our sister And one of our newest baby, is that the newest baby that we have? No, our own. Vetted by us. That is Victoria Island East. We have the secretary of the house, and we also have the president and the past treasurer. So we have CBN, Victoria Island East. You know, they are the trendy ones. We are the, because they say they are the Gen Zs, we are the old school.
They're not Gen Zs anymore. Because they have given back to BGC. So
that is good.
That is good.
That is good.
That is we are grandfathers.
Yeah, we are not grandfathers. What would you guys say about Lagos? And 65. What are we going to call them? They're only 44, right? And you're 39, isn't it? So you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us today. One more item now. We've had the update on Jews. One have update on the Island Maternity Hospital visit. I guess I'll take that. Due to, I mean, if they are very much aware, due to strike, we are meant to visit them within a week. But the nurses have decided to go on strike and say that they are not paid. So we've also decided to hold back. Whenever they call it up, we'll revisit that item. Please, can we have update on right now? My able secretary will take that as the youth director is not on sick. He called in sick. You know, it's under the weather. So please, by the home secretary.
My dear President.
Thank you.
Fellow Rotarians, guests and friends of Rotary family. Well, we have successfully sent 2 Rotaractors to the district for the screening Olisa program. And we then last as at yesterday, before 8 p.m., we were informed by the district that the names have been confirmed
Thank you, my able secretary Rotarian. Nice to have you talk about that. Youths are pretty important. You know, I was also able to speak to the team lead yesterday. He was pretty, myself and he was pretty happy on what we are doing right now. So on the next item, now it's matters relating to this one. Yes. Okay, our level secretary will also handle this matter as well. Thereafter, we will handle Dr. to the market.
My President, fellow Rotarians, guests and friends of Rotary, this one is just some months away. It may look very far. Please, our registration in terms of our club members going for this one next year is not very encouraging. The chairman of I'm a member of the BISCON 2026 committee. I have the privilege of seeing those that are registered. We have not done enough. Please, we need to encourage one another. We need to register. What district conference? Sorry, district conference. When is it? It's coming up next year, May. Okay. Next year, May. Why? Because you need to interact to actually know the various clubs within the district. You need to interact. You need to meet people. You need to know the essence of Rotary. Because this one will provide you the opportunity to know what Rotary is all about. Some of us are basically interested in going for an international conference, like the one that was held in Canada recently. You understand? But the fact is this, like my president said earlier, charity begins at home. We need to do this at home. Let's represent the Rotary Club of Victoria Island. Let people know that yes, we are the crest of Rotary. Please. Yes, that's this one. We stood out because our projects, when we had data related, people had to come to consult and even had their teeth cleaned and so it was a major event that a lot of people and are still looking forward to it. Please, be part of the moving through. Yes, please come along. You need to be part of this. Don't allow people to tell what you are doing. Some of our members, they were almost stolen away, even to Victoria Island. Thank God she's here today. God bless you. Thank you. I know what somebody doing. No, I miss mine.
Okay, thank you, my secretary, our other secretary. Without whom there will not be any sitting today. Because it's the able secretary of the club. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, the reason why we are all gathered here, another reason why we are gathered, the lecture relating to maternal and child health topic. That will be taken today by our Vice President and also our past Assistant Governor. The introduction of Dr. Olisa Ebigwei will be done by him. Our guest speaker, that will be done by our LVP. Please, LVP, I yield the floor to you.
Thank you, our Rotarian President, our fellow Rotarian guests in the House. I want to introduce our guest speaker, and I want to respectfully ask her to be upstanding so that all can see you.
You know, there's a popular place on television.
I'm CNN as well. And she's also a member of our club.
Yeah, she is a member of this club. So Dr. Olayinka Jibuno, MBS, MSc, DIC, so many names. FWACP, simply known as Dr. James. I didn't know that before. He's a consultant psychiatrist, rehabilitation psychologist, EAP practitioner, health policy expert, and mental health advocate based in Lagos, Nigeria. She is an alumna of the prestigious Queen's College, KC, University of Lagos. Thank you for that. Because last week, some great people were trying to through an ExxonMobil scholarship, the Imperial College, London, West African College of Physicians, Enterprise Development Center of the Pan-African Universities, and as a beneficiary of the Cherry Blair Foundation Scholarship for Outstanding Female Entrepreneurs, Google also Academy and the London Business School. With a career spanning 2 decades within the public and private health sectors, she founded a health tech startup called the Freudian Center, which has pioneered the use of virtual reality therapy for mental health care and additional services encompassing drug and alcohol, gambling treatment services, employee and family assistance support programs, and mental health care for all age groups, including the child and adolescent population. She's an active member of the Institute of Directors, Nigeria, Association of Psychiatrists in Nigeria, American Psychiatric Association, the World Federation of Biological Psychiatrists, the International Society of Substance Use Prevention and Treatment Profession. She's active on social media, handles at Freudian_Center on Instagram, she's on Twitter, she's on Facebook. Her research work includes the controlled clinical trial of a brief psychoeducational intervention for anxiety among in-school adolescents in Nigeria, with the International Journal of Mental Health. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I invite Dr. James. Dr. James, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening. Tonight is the big fact of nostalgia because the very first time I actually wrote you was because I gave it to the invitation. So I gave it to the invitation and they really asking my name was on board in that session. And I was like, my teacher really used to say stuff about me. You have to come. And then I came back so serious. I came and did the presentation and then I started the meeting, they did not tell me. And that's how I did it. Thank you very much for having me. So today I'm talking a topic that we don't talk about often. You know, when the president called me saying, let's talk about the postpartum depression, because that's what we're talking about, they talk about maternal and childhood. But there's more to maternal and childhood than postpartum depression. So I wanted to highlight something that we don't talk about often. It's called attachment styles. And the concept in psychology that has a lot to do with our relationship. So for quite a number of us that are already parents and grandparents, you talk with your children, you know, and you're 40, you've not got a wife, you've not got a husband. What's wrong with you? You know, you get parents like that, you keep talking to the child. They don't know that the decisions that child is making at this age now has a lot to do with the attachment to that parent from the first year of life and even the first 5 years of life. So I want to open your mind a bit today and get us to talk about how when we raise our children in the very first year of life, how we raise our infants can play a big role in how their relationship turn out in later life. I was hoping you could project this slide, but since I can't project it, I hope you will share my laptop.
I've also sent the to everyone. So if you go to the club shop, you can also download the slide.
So the most important time of a person's life is the first year of life, from birth to the first birth. And the kind of care you receive at that stage plays a big role in how your relationship turn out in later life. This care, when we talk about care, we're talking about what a newborn child needs. That has to do with feeding. Children, newborn babies cry for several reasons, and it's not more than feeding. When they are hungry, they cry. When the nappy is wet, they need a change, they also cry. And sometimes they just want to be soothed, they just want you to take them and cuddle them, and then they cry. But we find that those are just very basic needs that infants have. But some parents are not able to meet these needs based on maybe circumstances around the birth of the child. If the child was unwanted, or if there are economic issues, or if there are certain mental health issues going on in the house, or whatever. So many issues can arise, and then you find that the attachment figure is not very present. And also in our society, we usually lean on nannies. So in our culture, we hire nannies to take care of the child. There's this thing where people hire several nannies. So within the child's first 5 years of life, they turn over maybe 20 nannies. That also has an effect on the child. We talk about the primary caregiver. Every child has one main person they see as the primary caregiver, and then others support. So it could be the mom that is very present, maybe they stay at home mom that is very present, that the child sees as the number one caregiver, and every other person supports. Or it could even be that nanny, because the nanny is always present, picks up the child from school. And also when you find that when you change your nannies, it also has an effect on the child's attachment style. And I will delve in a bit more as we progress. So in terms of attachment, we are very particular about how in infancy, we're very particular about how near the caregiver is. Do you feel like when you cry for help, the person is nearby and can respond to you very quickly. That's one. How accessible is the care as well? When in that infancy stage, and then how attentive is the caregiver? Some caregivers are nearby, they are accessible, but they are not attentive. So you can have a parent who is absent-minded, their body was not there in mind, or in our social media age now, their body was totally on the phone, and they're not really catering to the child. Those three issues can actually bring out problems in the children. And then in later life, we see that this can impact the individual self-esteem. Just something as basic as not changing the diaper as quickly as you should, or not feeding the child as quickly as you should. So I'm going to differentiate what we describe as needs versus wants. And I'm not talking about wants. Wants are nice to have, and needs are must-haves. So needs are right to feeding, right to care, the basic things like we also have education. Those are the two things that everyone needs to survive. Those are needs. But wants are the nice to have. So the extra pair of shoes or extra PlayStation or whatever. Those are wants. We're not talking about wants. We're talking about basic needs. Now, if we're able to tend to the basic needs of these children in early childhood, we find that it helps self-esteem on the long run. It also helps them build trust for others. A lot of times we see people in adulthood who say, I don't trust anybody. We find that they actually do not trust people. And it's not something that started in adulthood. It actually started from the first day of life. And then we find that it impacts future relationships as well. So the way we care for these children in that early stage also has an effect on their future relationships. And when I say future relationships, I'm talking about how quickly they turn over partners. So you get people that are always, their relationships are always tumultuous or always heated or toxic. And it just seems to be a repeated pattern. It has a lot to do with attachment style. You find people that can't keep the relationship for whatever reason. It has to be, even marriages as well. These issues are linked to infancy and the way we were cared for in our early life. So I projected a worksheet because I wanted each one of us to assess our own personal attachment style. But my president has not allowed me to. So I'm going to skip that. But I was hoping that I could get each one of us to just run through this test and check our own style. And irrespective of whatever style we come up with, you know that it's really not your fault. It's really not your fault. But it gives you an idea of what kind of early childhood period you had. One of the I see. So when we have patients working for therapy, sometimes people come in and they want to look good. You're asking about their childhood, and they're painting a beautiful picture. Oh, I had this, I was born into this, with this. But when you gauge the relationship pattern with adult, you see some thoughts and psychology. Let's know that this person is already young. As much as they make you look so rosy and so, yeah, there might have been money. Money does not mean that just because there was money in the house doesn't mean that the person doesn't care that they really needed. So the patient's parents might be absentee parents, they're there in body, they're absent in mind, or they're neglectful, they're not meeting the child. When children want to us, they want to cuddle, they want to love, those are moments when they want to be soothed, But you find some parents might push them away in that moment. And those are the little things we're talking about. So it's not just, you're afraid of school, you go to the very best school. A man must not, when the boy wants to cry, a man must not cry. A man must be strong. Those are the little things, those are the little issues we store into children's minds, which become what we call schemas, and then they show up in adulthood or later life and become problematic for them in the society. So I'll ask my president to please share the worksheets with everyone so that you can, on your own, just do a self-assessment. So now going on to the attachment styles. Welcome. I don't know if I say my president.
No, that's because you're speaking. I'm going to introduce that. This is a round of applause for our able president of the General AAESI.
So now, in terms of attachment style, we have two major categories. We have secure attachment and insecure attachment. Now, secure attachment, as the word implies, it's a child that has been well-suited, well taken care of, needs well met, and the child grows up trusting. Now, when I say trusting, I'm not talking about gullible and too trusting, and that's not what I'm talking about. To an extent, the one when they need to be wrong and they know when to pull back. But you just see that in terms of relationship, they're more steady. Their approach to relationship is more steady. They're able to keep long-term relationship, and it's not toxic, it's not heated. It's just steady. So that's what we call secure attachment. But within the insecure category, we have three major types of insecure attachment. So we have the anxiously attached, as the word implies. These are individuals that are anxiously attached. So what you find in those, or the loose term that a lot of people use to describe an anxiously attached person is clingy. I don't know if you guys are guys say, oh, she's so clingy. She calls me 15 times a day. She's always calling me 15, 20 missed calls, 15 missed calls, So when you say she's asking me if I love her, she'll ask me 15 times if I love her. Do you love me? But I love you now. The one of them asks tomorrow, do you still love me? Do you still love me? So you find that because some people some men do not understand, they see that as a problem. They don't see that is the woman's attachment style. It's not a problem. That's just the way it is. So in that kind of thing, if you find yourself in that kind of thing, the ideal thing to do is to reassure the person. Reassure the person as many times as you need to. It's not a crime, it's not a problem. It doesn't mean she's crazy or she's mad or whatever. That's just how.
So I don't say that if I don't love you, will I marry you?
Don't say that. Don't say there's nothing wrong with this. I love you 1 million times. It's fine. But you know that because she's sorry? So it now depends on your own attachment style. So if you are securely attached, you won't mind telling her 1 million times how much you love her. You would go the extra mile to show her how much you love her. But I'll talk about the other styles, which are now if you belong to the other styles, you would be vexed every time she asks you that question. Like, this one you're frustrating. How many times do you ask this question? I mean, that's a pointer to the fact that you belong to one of the other categories as well. So that's anxiously attached. Very clingy, very anxious. You go out all night, she's calling you several times, you think you're okay. Or did you enter the man? You know, we have women like that in our lives, or we experience women like that. Men can also be like that. You know, they're telling you, I remember I used to do with someone one time, they say, you go send me a video, send me a picture of your wherever you are, send me a picture of your what do you call that, ETA or whatever. That is a bit so anxious, it's a bit too extreme. So that's what we call the anxiously attached type. Then we have what we call the avoidant attachment. Avoidant as the word implies, you avoid. The natural or the first approach in relationship is to build a wall. So you get into a relationship but you don't want to be too close. You already put a boundary. So if you have a girlfriend that comes to visit you, you already told her, I only come on Mondays and Tuesdays. Because when the person is married, I just want to buy those meetings. You know, so you find that you try to, but you retreat from time to time, and like you don't want to love too much. I think most of our African men fall in this category. So you're trying not to love too much. You give small, and they say, no, just stay back a bit and give me my space. You know, and imagine that person being an anxiously attached person. The anxiously attached person is trying to, you know, cuddle, try to love up. Meanwhile, the avoidance is pushing you back. So that's why it's not surprising to see relationships where anxiously attached people and avoidant people come together quite toxic, quite rocky. Because one is seeking for love and affection, the other one is pushing the other person away, and you find that it becomes a struggle. So I just want to open your mind to the fact that when you see a lot of these toxic relationships, sometimes or a lot of times it's linked to attachment, and if people become a bit more aware, you know, there's some things that we complain about, we fight about that we won't fight about, we just accept them that that's how the person is, or even make the person a bit more aware, so the person is able to modify the behavior. Then the worst of all is what we call the disorganized attachment style, which is a bit extreme. So I should have talked a bit about. So in anxiously attached people, the cause of the anxious attachment is that in that early infancy and childhood phase, the care was inconsistent. So I'll give an example. A child is 6 months old, needs to eat or needs to change. Sometimes the caregiver is sure, sometimes they don't sure. So imagine like a household taking care of the child. She changed the nappy 20 minutes ago. The child is crying and she's like, I beg, kids actually 20 minutes ago. And so it's inconsistent. So with that inconsistency, the child doesn't know when you're coming, doesn't know whether you show up at this point or you show up at this point. It breeds anxiety. And you can see that anxiety already starts to go from such an early stage and just follows the individual through life. For avoidance, it's a bit, what you find in that situation is a bit more severe than inconsistency. You find neglect in quite a number of avoidance situations. So you find that in those kind of situations, the needs are not even being met. So a baby can be in bed and cry for hours. You know, cry, lots of babies will cry for 2 hours, sleep off, wake up, cry. Nobody's attending to the child's care. Little as irrelevant or you know, as relevant as it sounds, that plays a very, very big role in the way the child's stress response goes, in the way the child sees relationships and so many other things. Now, talking about disorganized attachment style, that is a bit more extreme because it has a lot to do with facing certain types of trauma in early childhood. So within the first 5 years, there was traumatic situation, experiencing physical abuse in the house, or even doing physical abuse themselves, sexual abuse, or any sort of abuse, coupled with neglect and those kind of adverse situations, and then leads the person to develop what we call the disorganized type of attachment, which is perfectly avoidant. So these kind of situations, the person in relationships, they want to connect, they want the relationship, but you find that they're giving mixed signals in relationship. So they draw the person, they meet a girl, they talk to the girl, they want to date because you know those kinds of girls, where are we going? He doesn't even know where they are going. Today you accept the girl, tomorrow you are broken up, tomorrow you are back again together. So disorganized, you know. And it's not even just in romantic relationships, they also find it in other kinds of relationships. So in the workplace, trying to build relationships in the workplace is a big rocky. Today you trust this person, you don't trust this person. You know, so it's, you just find that relationships are just really rocky and they don't know why they're like that. But now I'm letting you know that it's because of the way they were raised in within the first 5 years of life. So when they share slides with you, maybe see other characteristics of each attachment style. In conclusion, I just want us to know that a lot of issues that we see in relationships, I listen on the radio, I get people call on the radio and they ask for advice, they say this, they say that. A lot of issues we face in relationships are really tied to attachment. Really. You know, people are really not as difficult as we play them out to be. A lot of issues are tied to attachment, and the more aware we are, the easier it becomes to manage our things. That's why I wanted each one of us to assess ourselves. So that wherever you see yourself, wherever you find yourself, it's also important to know that you can also modify it. So you could have been raised as an anxiously attached person. But then when you become a bit more self-aware, you can actually improve on yourself and become a bit more securely attached. And someone who has also been raised as securely attached and gotten into several tumultuous and reliable relationships and all kinds of nonsense through life, and then develop maybe anxiously attached or avoidant. Imagine someone that has gone through several breakups, now becoming avoidant. I'm sure you can relate to that. You know, someone having their heart broken so many times and they get to the point where they're like, okay, I'm putting a wall. You know, no more the bad ones in my life. No more in my life. You know? So you know, you can understand that it can happen. But the important thing that we need to take home today is that it is modifiable. So when we see someone like that, get them to be a bit more aware and let them understand that it's something that can be modified. They can improve on their relationships and live more successful lives. So thank you very much.
Dr. James, thank you very much for that awesome presentation. I tell you there's a lot that you see. But I believe that we can take a few questions. We still have about 5 more minutes to the meal. So if you have questions, please can you just raise up your hand? We'll call you and then we'll address it. But I also believe that there's not enough time, to actually delve into this. So if Dr. Gibbs is here, you can meet her up, get her handle so that you can have this session. As a matter of fact, Dr. Gibbs, I'm booking a session. I think I'm on the avoidance spectrum. Okay, so please, that's what. But if you have questions, please kindly ask her right now, and then we can treat it. Any questions? Any takeouts right now? Nobody. Everybody's scared. Okay.
Everybody's going.
Okay, please.
Yeah, Dr. Gibbs, that was quite interesting. But now, if what you have described appears to have some anomaly from one, is there therapy for correction?
Well, it starts with self-awareness. You have to be aware of yourself first, and then want to shift. You have to be intentional about wanting to shift from that self to being insecure. You have to do the major category. So the ones that I described, the anxious, the avoidant, the are all insecure. So once the person identifies as insecure, you have to intentionally want to shift from being insecure to secure. And then that's where the work comes in. So it's all tied around building self-esteem, being more emotionally intelligent, learning to manage the emotions in those moments. And after that person that you to call 20 times, so keep waiting this call. Once you get them to be more aware that 20 minutes calls is this cycle, get them to understand instead of being fast. Because if you didn't come from the therapist, you came in the relationship, the other party might see the person as crazy and treat the person as crazy. But if you're coming from the therapist where you have the person to see that 20 minutes calls is actually a bit of, you call once, call twice. So then they learn that, then they go back and they practice in real life. And then the more they practice, the better they become in the relationship.
Let's hope.
So, if I may ask quickly, no, sorry. What about, I believe on the 2. Can you be on the 2? I'm on the secure and avoidance. That I believe.
No.
Is that possible?
No. We have more one.
Okay.
That's
a different matter. Okay, we'll discuss that. Please, question.
Thank you, Doctor. Would you typically suggest that people who are intending to get married undergo some psychoanalysis, psychiatric or psychological evaluation, given the background you have today? So what we typically get is to be a Christian who marries Catholic, so the husband comes back from much other thing. But what we have shown now is that sometimes what we judge people for, what we judge people for are not actually their fault. The second thing I want to ask is it possible, based on their experience, do people actually change? Yes. From my perspective, I'm a lawyer, I tend to believe 70% that people don't change. So maybe you can draw a juxtaposition between, let's say, you've seen this particularly an avoidant person and the Hebrews become full based on just a slight marginal improvement. I hope I'm not confused.
In terms of premarital counseling, it's not enough. Like you said, when we go to counselors just give advice. Because they said, oh, look for your husband by this time, they just advise him. But if you were to see, nowadays, the younger generation, the Gen Z, they actually come to the psychologist, they do personality assessment, they assess their personality, if they are crashing or not, how can they modify that? They check their love languages, they check how they want to be loved and how they like. So those things are very, very, but I think this information, this knowledge has come with time. Because we were not privileged with all this information like 10 years ago. It's been the work of lots of research over the past decade, and now they're the ones that really get to benefit from it. But truly, marriage counseling is not enough. There needs to be self-assessment, and then you're trying to see how you can merge both sides. So when you assess one, you assess the other and see how they can come together and complement each other. And that way, once they're knowledgeable from the start, it's easier to navigate through the relationship in the long run. Second question.
So people actually move from.
So in terms of change, for you to change, there's a lot of work that needs to be done by the individual. It has a lot to do with you being willing and ready to fight your demons. But the truth is that a lot of people are not ready to. You see, a lot of people are, they feel they're wired in certain ways. My father was wired that way. Just allow me to continue to life. But people that really do change are people that really do live successful lives, are people that are big on self-development. So if you're a very introspective person, from time to time you evaluate yourself and see how you're doing as an individual. So when you do that from time to time, you're able to see you can even see your own flaws and work on your flaws, and you find that as time progresses, you become a better person. So it really has a lot to do with introspection and being self-aware and being willing to do the work. When people come for therapy, they feel therapy is just tell me what to do. Therapy is not just tell me what to do. They tell you what you have to go and work on. You have to put it to work for them to be different. So Mr. A and Mr. B can both come for therapy. It works for A, but it doesn't work for B. Because B is so that I'm not doing anything about it. So So that's
Can I ask?
No, I'm sorry. We are going to continue this, but based on the rules of Rotary, we must end the meeting shortly. Thereafter, we are here for a bit, so you can ask the questions that you want to ask. No. By the power of our staff, she will still give you an extra 1 hour. So please, the other matters we have to attend to now is toast, and our toast will be led by our able IPP. Where is he? I think he's still around. My able IPP, please kindly toast the house. We have a lot of we have a lot of visiting Rotarians. So first we will do introductions of them. We have the past president of Rotary Club of Magada here. Okay, so please, they will also introduce themselves. Let the visiting Rotarians kindly introduce themselves to the house. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. We'll start with our past president, the champion club, right?
Okay, I'm Olisa President. My name is Olisa Ebigwei, Rotary from Rotary Club of Magada. Past president, the sales district 910. Classification is retail banking, and it's a pleasure to be here.
We also have the United President of Victoria Island East, able can you introduce yourself now?
My Rotarian President, fellow Rotarian President. My name is Rotarian Mukesi Oluwa Shinobanikamola, and I am the President of the Rotary Club of Victoria Island East. My classification, people practice, and I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you.
We also have other visiting Rotarians. We have the secretary. Yes, please. Can you introduce yourself? Thank you.
Rotarian President, yes. I am Director Stephen Oido, Secretary of Victoria Island East. Classification, legal practice. Thank you.
We have lots of my own secretary. You have your colleagues here. And okay, so who else is visiting us? Please, may you introduce yourself.
All right, good evening, my president, fellow Rotarians and guests. My name is Joel Ifeanyi, from the City of Victoria Island East, past treasurer of the club, and my classification is community drive training and services.
This is
My name is Captain from Victoria Island.
Yes.
Yes.
Aha. We are going to Victoria. We must put the key. Very important.
So I'm a chairman. Thank you.
We have Victoria Island is and
My president and fellow Rotarians.
one house, please.
My name is Mr. Francisca.
One house, please.
Classification, learning and development.
So, Dr. I guess the plan for you is you can see from all the introductions, half of the people that are here based on your training. Yes. Please, any other visiting Rotarian?
Rotarian President, I will introduce myself. Yes, Rotarian. I'm the Rotarator, Silvani. From Rotary Club of Indonesia. Specification is events and events planning.
Thank you very much. Any other visiting Rotarian here? All. Okay, thank you very much. And so with that, yes, with that, our secretary will introduce. Yes. That's the last one. Okay, they're not more. Okay, please, let's give it to you. Okay, please, let's give it to you. Okay. Until we got them.
My name is Elias Sude. Good evening, Rotarian President and Rotarians. My name is Elias Sude, and good evening, your terms. Classification. That's what I was looking for. That classification law. Please. Good evening, thank you. My name is Dominic Edward. I was with us last morning.
Good evening, Rotarian President, Rotarians. My name is Kakojo. This is my first time attending the Rotary meeting.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting so far. classification, and that.
I will bring my book so that we can try the clock. Thank you. Any other one? Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
I believe the President. This is my second time of attending last week Monday. I attended at the point, and this is my second time. I was having a doctor, a lecturer. My name is Lanre. I'm a lawyer as well. I hope it is not
Thank you.
Yeah, so he's having me.
No, but I want to. Victoria, so we must take rest. Yes. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming in. We appreciate that. I will hand over to my VP to thank you one more time for what you want to do. You started it. You can complete it. Yes, you started it. Complete that.
Okay, let me just on behalf of our president thank each and every one of you, our fellow Rotarians, thank you for sharing your issue with us, and our guests. Very soon we will talk to you so that we can start to address you as Rotarians as well. Did you say I should?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to respectfully ask each and every one of us to be on this toast. Let us toast the Rotary Club of Sagada, Rotary Club of Victoria, and East. Any Rotary Club of Odu Shagada, Rotary Club of Shagada, any other club? Let's toast to the Rotary Club of Victoria Island. Let's also toast to this wonderful organization that brought us together. The only organization that has the observer status. Yes, the United Nations. Rotary International. Rotary Worldwide. We hope to see you again. You want to go with curation?
No, we don't talk.
I know, but that's why you put over.
Loud at this, the waiting for answer,
Those eyes come made me in brotherhood we stand. Now the kingdom of our to serve, our sovereign motherland.
Also, the next item will be the Rotary Ministries. Is 4, page 10. Page 10. Page 10. If you don't have, let me give that to you. Okay. 1, 2, go. Page 10. Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh Lord, and giver of all, we praise thee for our Lady's good. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days.
So please can you come together? Let's go to the meeting agenda. Can you let's take this up right about here? Thank you. And then we can now ask the questions we want to ask to Dr. James. Now that we've officially finished, please feel free to sit down, have a drink, and all of that. But let's take pictures first. And we forgot SAA, please. While we are sitting, you can do our account and you send that. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, we are